for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be, how do you make them feel? We're going to be looking at their emotional reaction to you. We're going to be looking at how they perceive you externally, the karmic impression they get from you, the development of their feelings, and what they just straightforward actually feel for you. You've got 3 cards just chosen basically for the pictures, and you can choose them for the actual description as well. It's up to you. First one is the King of Cups with the polar bear. The second one is the 3 of Wands with the stag, the deer stag, and the third one is the Page of Wands with the zebra. So if you want to take your choice, and we'll have a look to see what comes up.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Okay, if I'm a bit quiet today, I'll tell you more about this at a later date, but it's not that interesting at the moment. But I've broken my ribs, so I can't laugh. I can't laugh because it hurts. There's a feeling in here of some sort of difficulty, some sort of painful experience, and some need to control. It doesn't feel like even though you've got the Emperor, and I always feel the Emperor is such a strong card in the centre here, it doesn't feel like somebody that wants to control because that's their personality and it's quite outward moving. It's more like it's an internal need to make themselves safe in this spread here. There's a feeling of a little bit of hurt in here and playing with what to do next. It's a bit like softly trying to organise themselves so that everything is okay, if that makes sense. So I don't know if this is quite a complicated connection. There's a lot going on underneath the surface, but I feel that it feels quite stagnant outwards, as if you can't move, and this person is contemplating every move that they do make. I'll tell you why I've got this. You've got here the emotional reaction to you, and you've got the 9 of Wands, which is a defensive card, really. It's a woman behind sticks here. You've got the 4 of Cups. Although this card is hugging, it's often a case of something being offered and emotionally not being ready or able to take something up. And the 7 of Wands has also got another defensive feel about it. And these are like Wands cards on either side. So this is action that is slightly defensive. It will be somebody, when you go up to them, they may have that flicker in their eye where they feel, you can almost see that they may want to move. It may be just a reaction that is a bit terse or dry that you get back from this person, as if they're not revealing their true selves. So their automatic emotional reaction, a bit like a moon sign, is a little bit sort of cut off or detached. I don't know whether that is their basic disposition anyway, or whether it's just the way this relationship has developed and they're protecting a part of themselves. You've got the King of Cups up here, which is somebody who knows how to love, somebody who gives in quite a mature way, doesn't take so much from relationships, likes it to be equal. And you have got the Justice card down here. So externally, what are we seeing? What's going on between the pair of you that is going to give me some backdrop onto their feelings for you and how you make them feel. You've got here again, you've got the 9 of Wands twice, so that is a protective stance, and that will be a physical reaction to you. It's almost like somebody puts the barriers down when they see you. And the Justice card here is that they do it in a way that isn't, and you've got the Emperor card here. I always think of the Emperor as a business person, somebody who has had to learn how to be diplomatic because they get paid for it. And so their, I guess, personality will develop to basically embed that in some way that it is, the way that they are. So you've got the Justice and the Emperor card. It's like being charming or being, as I said, diplomatic, because, I repeat myself here and I can't laugh. When you're being watched, you can't be your most revolting self when you're in work, can you? You can't let people know, because nobody would have jobs. So it's being polite is probably how I would refer to this. Externally, somebody who's polite but slightly shut off, is I think what you are getting from this person. This may not be your pal, but this is what I can see in the cards. I try and go through and explain the cards so that you can, in some way, if you're not interested, if you haven't done any tarot yourself, it can help you read the cards when you're looking at the different elements, I suppose. And then you're looking perhaps at the major arcana being more important, and also the positioning. So we're at how the whole situation is being perceived externally, including your interaction. You've got the Queen of Swords here again, which is the Queen of Swords is a card of, next to the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords is going to be a bit dry. It's not unkind, it's just not over-emotional, it's just not reacting to things in a way that people can get their hooks into, or that they're delivering too much inside information out to others. And you've got here again of being bound or wound up inside those internal thought processes. Not a lot coming out verbally. So this is a self-protective stance, I would think. So how do you make them feel? It's almost like a feeling of watching, of waiting, of perceiving, trying to intake what they're getting from you and how they can deal with it. So I feel there's a little bit of a dance going on here. A little bit of like a courtship dance, but I wonder, you probably will be questioning it quite a lot, as in, why are they being a little bit cut off? The karmic underlay under here is the Sun card underneath the whole pile. So when I was putting these cards out, there was a thought going through my mind, because of the Emperor being the 4, being control, and the Sun being the complete opposite. It's a nude baby on a horse, basically riding out. Everything is I don't try not to make this sound perverse now, but I'm thinking of characteristics really. But everything is on show. Everything is open. This person is learning how to release and to express attraction, feelings, and to have a flow interaction is what I would think here. Because they can do it externally, but it's almost like, as I said earlier, it's like if it's got an end result, it's not part of their natural disposition. You've also got the Hierophant card here, clamped in between the Sun and the 9 of Wands. It's almost like, the Hierophant card always has a spiritual feeling to me. It always has that Chiron feeling of in between worlds, but not the hurt, but it's still trying to find the key. So you've got here the 8 of Wands with the man pushing the hay bales up the hill. It's like trying to, it's almost like you're the messenger that allows them to understand the middle ground between being spiritual and being here in the physical world, and how to react in a way that is free and open, rather than everything having to have a meaning or an end result. Things will be more positive and more flowing. It's that, try not to protect yourself too much, basically. So with regards to how you make them feel, I feel that they think there's a karmic pull to you, because these are quite strong at the bottom. They feel that there's a transformation going on from knowing you. They probably see you as being more, I haven't looked at these cards yet, mind you. They probably see you as being more open, more free-flowing, more easygoing than them. There's going to be that draw to want to be more like you, but at the moment it does feel that although they're polite, they're holding back a bit, is what I would say. You've got here the cards for how their feelings developed. The Page of Wands makes me think that something started between the pair of you. Maybe something's been said, there's been some sort of eye contact where you both know how you feel. With the High Priestess here and the Emperor, these are cards of outward control in the 3D world and inward understanding of every world underneath that or around it. So both of you know what's going on, but this person is trying to keep everything above board. And what you're getting here, which you can sort of sense in the pile, because you've got the 4 of Cups here and here, is what you're getting is a bit of a, what is that called? A bit of a stay there. We've got this thing in our family where we don't like these words, back off. It's been said a couple of times in strange circumstances, and so we use it quite a lot, and it's just like a complete insult, like back off. There's a little bit of that in here. It's like, you stay where you are until I'm ready. And this person, to be honest, on their own isn't ready. This person needs somebody who is not going to push too much, is going to allow and basically open up, pull up the red carpet for them and let them come down it. I feel that if you pushed with this person, they would fly in the other direction, because although they want to get to the sun, they're almost like going what I guess is a difficult way around it. They're not sitting on their bed at night thinking, oh, I'm a little bit uptight. That girl or that boy that I really like, perhaps I should just let myself go and have fun, go and have a drink and go and dance with him. They're thinking, I know I'm uptight, but it's the way I am and other people are strange. And I like the way I am because it feels comfortable to me. Now, they're real feelings for you. You've got the Three of Swords. There is, as I said earlier, that chironic feeling. I don't know whether it was in here or not, but there is definitely a chironic feeling of a sense of connection, a sense of you being the path forward, like a nodal connection, like a north node connection. But it's almost like a breaking down of their personality. So how you make them feel is troubled. It's because they're troubled with regards to how they feel they need to develop. The Page of Swords, again, you've got 2 pages here. They know that their whole situation is rolling. They know that something has started. It's almost like you've lit a little fire inside them. They can feel the pressure. And the Two of Pentacles, it's like quizzical. It's what can I do next? Such a word as quizzical. I don't know. All these words come out of my mouth. I keep thinking, have I made that up? It's Two of Pentacles is playing with situations. So what you've got here at the moment, how you make this person feel is they're in a process of a path that they need to go down, but they are repressing, resenting. There's another word I'm not trying to use. It's they're putting the shutters down in a way because they feel that like they're not ready, but the universe is saying, yes, you are, and they've sent you along to basically wake them up and make them flow a little bit more. I can imagine your person's more collected, more controlled, probably in a very nice way, but it's almost like they're going into a different period in their life where they need to make a big change, and you are gently, just like hand on the base of their back, pushing them forward. And they think it's voodoo with the High Priestess here. So they're not trusting the process at all. It's like, yeah, well, that started all right. It was all above board, but what's this voodoo? And perhaps I will just basically keep myself to myself until I'm on sure footing. The 4 for the Emperor. I always think the numbers are the most fascinating thing about tarot and astrology. I mean, even the figure 4, the figure 3, mind, body, spirit. You know, I can't think of the other ones. There isn't the one, isn't there? But the figure 4 is just like, the whole figure is a square. Just the way it's drawn, absolutely fascinates me. And that's what they're trying to find, that structure and that balance in themselves. But they've probably held on to that too long. It's time for them to basically step out and just be a little bit more free. But they're not finding it easy. So to summarise here, how do you make them feel? I would guess you make them feel inwardly excited, interested, questioning themselves quite a lot. This is like somebody who does a lot of thinking when you're not there, and then when you are there, it's almost like they back off a bit like when you've had a sex dream about somebody, and then you see them and you have to run the other direction. There's a lot of that going on in here. There's a real North Node feeling here with the Sun card as the karmic feel that you are the key, you are the way forward, and they just need to feel that they're not going to skid or to fall when they put that leg forward. So there's a bit of, what's the word when you push against something, you don't want to do it? Not opposition, it's a bit like, not repression, I can't think of the word. There is a little bit of that coming from them. And to be honest, the Three of Swords here, to me, feels like it's a recognition of themselves needing to move forward rather than the fact that pain is themselves, rather than that they find the connection painful between the pair of you. It's that they know they need to move. Hence why that karmic pile is very strong. There's a real sort of pushback, back off at the top here, and you've got here movement of somebody who likes control, is holding on to what I guess is organised emotions, I probably would say, not emotions, organised thought processes, trying to find, be polite, trying to find the balance, outwardly trying to look like they're in control, but inwardly there's a bit battle going on here. So you're a bit of a kick up the bum for them, I think, and you make them feel as if you're the path forward, but it isn't easy. That's what I've got. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I hope it does. If you like the readings, please check out the website, which is huluppu.co.uk, which there are readings on there. I normally put them out on Sunday nights. I can only put a limited amount out, but I do that on Sunday nights. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. This is like my fourth start because I'm trying to say what I felt when I put out the cards initially, and there were 2 different types of feelings, but the main one was a quote from Pride and Prejudice when they are under some sort of, they're in the rain in the Keira Knightley film. I know, I honestly have read the book, I can read occasionally, and it's by a river in the Stourport in the Midlands, and he says to her, I can't remember the lines, it's against my better judgment. And she says that those aren't words of a gentleman. There's something in there about that in this pile, but it's not negative. So I was wondering whether to say it or not, because this pile has got a really strong emotional pull towards you, a really beautiful pile, but somebody who perhaps, for some reason, I don't know because I haven't looked at it properly, because you have got this like self-protective feeling in here, almost like, and this was in pile number 1, and I said it's a bit like the back of hand. It's got that in here, but at the beginning, this pile is beautiful with regards to how they react to you. Their feelings towards you are very strong, but it's almost like questions you will know the answer to and I don't. Does this relationship fit into both of your lives at a time in your lives when it's easy to do so? Or is there some awkwardness about it? That maybe the timing's wrong, or maybe, the situation is slightly difficult to get together. I'll tell you what I've got here. At the top pile here, you've got their emotional reaction to you. You've got the Knight of Cups, which is an emotional movement towards you. It's a positive feeling with the Knight of Cups. The cups are always emotions, and they always tend to have a romantic feel when you've got the Knight of Cups, because it's initiated. This person wants to move towards you. And you've got the King of Pentacles here. Their reaction towards you is mature. It's like they know how to handle themselves. They know what the situation is. They know how it will fit into their everyday life and your everyday life. So this is somebody who has got strong feelings towards you and knows how to make those feelings move, how to make it work. Then you've got the Page of Swords in here, which is a bit of a strange middle one. Clapped in the middle, the Page of Swords is, to me, it's like curiosity and being inquisitive, but it's almost being inquisitive from a higher stance. It's like knowing what is going on, understanding the situation. And below that, what's actually going on in the 3D world rather than inside them. It's got this like, well, I'm just protecting myself. I'm just staying here on my hill at the moment until I feel ready. The first pile was very much that, but this one's got more of a way round it. It's got a softness to it. There's a real emotion. You have a real emotional impact on them. You're starting off here in the real world, what's going on between the pair of you and how they've reacted to it with the Fool card. So this one has started off with, the Fool card is Uranus when we're talking about relationships. When somebody comes into your life and you are the Uranus, it's a jolt, it's an excitement. It's, if you're going around in life with your head down and doing your job you've had for quite a while, and the same people, the same friends are around you, it's like somebody who comes and takes you and picks you up out of that everyday scenario and gives you a little kipper across the face. I can't laugh because I'm breaking my ribs, but that is what it is. And this person you've got the 3 of Cups by them here, or by this card, excuse me, and that with the Knight of Cups above it is a new social situation, a new person in their life, an awakening. It's freshness, and that to me is one of the most beautiful feelings I feel that we get in life. I know that sounds ridiculous, and I suppose it's a little bit sort of, it just is a lovely feeling. It's being awake, being aware, and being connected to people, and it is a really lovely feeling. One thought that just came through my head, when you have Uranus transit, have you ever noticed how you can dance better? The Uranus is very much into timing. I know I've got a little short on there with, oh my gosh, what's that lady? I'm crap with names, really I'm crap with names. She's basically Carpenters. She's in the Carpenters. A Carol, isn't it? It's Carol. Carol Carpenter, I think I'm right there. And she's just drumming. And I thought, I bet you if I look at your chart, you've got really strong Uranus. And she did. It's just timing. And this to me, almost, because the timing is like a nervous reaction to things, people with heavy Uranus in their charts, they tend to speak quickly, everything's speeded up, and so that they can almost preempt the beat and land on it and dance properly. So that has got a feeling of somebody who's dancing with life, falling in love, finding the connection, something that gives them more, makes them feel more whole. You've got here, what is that card? The Eight of Pentacles, and perhaps there's the opportunity behind this that they've had to work on that. You know, the connection with these two together. You may be already connected to this person. The fact that they can talk to you, the fact they can express themselves, you can build on this connection. That may be already set, because this is more like the past when you sort of knit this pile together. So there's a backdrop to this, there's a history possibly to this connection, and it's a wake-up call, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. What they're doing in the process of this, they are contemplating, trying to understand, trying to come to terms with possibly, because I know you've got the two over here, with what to do next. You've got here the Seven of Swords at the bottom. The Seven of Swords is a really creepy card, I always think, because it's sneaky. And I always think that Doors song, The Backdoor Man, when I see it, when you've got it in a romantic pile, it's almost like they're trying to think of a way around either not getting anything or feeling very connected to you, and it's very open. It's almost like somebody cheeky trying to, steal a kiss. I'm putting that in a very sort of pulled down version there, but Backdoor Man can be anything to being a backdoor man. I can't laugh. In everything from there and in between. It's somebody to me who wants to get closer to you in a way that nobody else sees. A sneaky text possibly, an eye contact where it has meaning to it, or just touching legs underneath the table, or even an affair, everything from there in between. Okay, the King of Pentacles, as I said, probably doesn't really go with this one, because it's a mature response to an emotional pull towards somebody. This has got a real skip about it. I feel that I'm not really relaying it in a way that I feel that it feels inside me. It's like life being very staid, being very steady, somebody being introduced into your life that sparks your interest in a way that you feel there's so much more opportunities to be had. If this person's life is very set, it's like you give them excitement. A Uranus contact on Venus, possibly with these two together. Then you've got here the World card. When I looked at the Seven of Cups and put the World together, and you've still got this very romantic Knight of Cups here, it's like if they made a move to you, would it end something in their life with this World card here, which is the end of the major arcana? And you've got the Ten of Swords here. So this person's been defensive, because I think that moving towards you is a big deal for some reason I don't know. You can start guessing here. Well, I could guess forever, to be honest. And in tarot readings, there is always that, especially if you don't get any information. You can relay the cards from what you see, but the circumstances can go in so many different directions. A connection in work where they can't actually, perhaps employee-boss situation. It could be a different religion, the fact that they feel that they have to do something what they would perceive as a little bit underhand but incredibly exciting. They could be already married. I've had people come to me who have been married but the partner's ill, that type of thing, and not going to get better. And so it can often feel like even though nothing has happened, there's that respect for everybody connected. There's still that recognition of the situation, I suppose, and the romantic feelings and the need and the emotional want, I guess. And with these Ten of Swords, as I said, and the Seven of Swords and the World card there, it's almost like they wish things were different. So at the moment we've got, how do you make them feel? It's like you introduce them to a different lifestyle, a different way of living, a different way of feeling. There's excitement. It's got what I guess a bit of a lusty feeling about it. It's got a youthful feeling here of somebody that likes to chat and talk or likes to connect with you. Yeah, this is a lovely feeling of excitement. You know, when you're out with friends and and it's a summer evening, just imagine this, summer evening, even in Britain, and you meet somebody and you go out for a drink and you haven't seen this friend for a while and it just flows and you're laughing and it feels easy and you can feel really light inside your heart. That's the feeling here. But it's got a romantic connotation to it here. It's almost like in that lightness, in that lifting, that high feeling in the heart, there's like a softening there as well, which makes them feel like they're falling in love. But it comes with something here that I don't understand, that may be an ending, hence why you may have got that sort of defensive quality here. As we're moving forward here, the development of their feelings, you've got the Hermit card, so I feel they keep a lot of this to themselves. You've also got another card which is quite retracted, which is the Four of Swords, which once again, it's like playing with, should I say something? Should I make it clearer? Should I play more? Should I keep myself to myself? Am I leading this person on? Not intentionally, because this has got a really... To me, if I could describe this with regards to a soulful feeling, it's almost like a karmic pull between two people where they may have had a situation where circumstances have pulled them apart, but they still need to show love to each other. I'm not saying it won't go any further, because this is lovely down here, which is the end, the finale of their feelings for you. But you've got them playing with it. The process is moving. They've connected, they feel it, it's fun, it's exciting, it promises more, but they're just questioning, stopping still, going inward. At the bottom of the pile here, we've got what are their real feelings for you, you know, their feelings, as opposed to trying to look a little bit deeper here. In the middle, you've got the Empress card, which is growth. And it's Venus. It's like every time they see you, you look better. You know, when you... I feel that everybody does this. Isn't attraction such a weird thing? It's like you may not have a particular type and then you do, just because you've fallen for somebody who is that certain type, and then you find whatever it is, their eyes, their hair, their body type, the next type that you find really attractive, if that makes sense. And the Empress card here, it's almost like maybe they had a different type, or maybe their situation is that they weren't really looking when they first met you, but there's growth there, and every time they see you as being their type, being more beautiful. Now they like your hair, now they like your figure, now they like your nose, your eye colour. It's got a really strong, it's like revving up interest. It's like friction here that is turning into a recognition of love. And when I say love, my hands are doing this because it's almost like they sink into it and it has a strong impact inside their heart, chest area. I don't know what, but that's what it feels like. The Nine of Cups here is like a glee, like a guilty pleasure. You're like a guilty pleasure. I can't actually read what this one is. These cards are beautiful, but the white writing on white is really hard with my old lady eyes to read. The Six of Swords, it's a journey, to be honest. It's, which you can get that from here. If you fall in love with somebody and you're almost stopping yourself a little bit, but still fantasising about being a backdoor man or woman, that journey is going to be questioning your morals, a bit like the Strength card here, questioning how to move forward in a way that you feel proud of yourself, that the other person feels that they can trust you and you don't hurt anybody. But this person is falling deep with the Empress card here, and they're enjoying it. It's almost got an element of maybe an artistic element of somebody that takes a reaction in life and makes something beautiful out of that. Possibly here, because of this internal feeling here. It's almost like the tension builds the feeling, builds the lust, builds the pull, builds the attraction. It's got, you know, it's like unraveling a film or a book. You've got to have that inner tension to make the finale. The pressure. I can't laugh because I've broken my ribs. I've said that already. I feel like I'm coming across as really dry, more than usual, and I'm trying to explain myself away. But yeah, it has got that. The tension will bring is the pull. It makes it exciting. So to pull this together for you, how you make them feel: excitement, attraction, attraction which has been stimulating and fun is turning into what I guess is more contact, wanting to see you next, wanting to connect with you more deeply with these cards here. I feel that this person is without doubt falling in love with you. Properly, is there such thing as doing it properly? But it's almost like a flower that unfolds and settles inside itself. It's like, well, this feels right. You are my type now, my new type. You just feel, it's like, I can't explain it. It's like warmth. It's like when you're cold and you sit in front of a fire and it feels good. When the sun comes out and you're sunbathing, it feels right and it feels as if it's nourishing in some way. I feel that there's a bit of fantasizing going on here, a bit of, I guess, internal wondering here. But I do feel that to move forward with you, there's got to be some sort of ending of some part of their life for them to basically pursue you in a romantic fashion. And at the moment, they're just thinking about it quite a lot, because there is a journey here, there are endings here, and there's still strong need to express themselves emotionally towards you. So how do you make them feel? In love, really. To be straightforward, that one to me. It's like you make them feel like you're a big deal in their life. It's like this is like somebody, whatever happens, well, they'll never forget you. So that's what I've got. I'm going to leave that there, pile number 2. I hope that makes sense to you. Please check out my website, which is HULUPPU.co.uk. I put readings out every Sunday, but only a limited amount, to be honest. There's only one of me, thank the Lord. So I can only get so many a week. Anyway, thank you very much. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. I must say, I broke my ribs before I start, so I can't actually laugh. So if I sound even drier than usual, that's the reason. I've told everybody in each pile. You're a mystery to me is what I was trying to say here. You're a real mystery. This is probably what I'm thinking at the moment. I always find Chiron in people's charts not often discussed, to be honest. I mean, there is a lady, I've forgotten her name. She's got a fantastic website, which is The Inner Wheel. I can't remember her name, but her website's The Inner Wheel, and her discussions or her blogs on Chiron are incredibly interesting. If you're interested, do check those out. To me, this is how I pick up Chiron in relationships, and this has got a lot to do with how you make them feel. So this is just an overview of my feelings before we start. It's almost like you are, because you've got the 6 of Swords 1, 2, 3 times here, and especially in the centre pile here. There's a strong feeling of a Chiron connection, which is almost like a painful nudge into why you're here. Let's just say you've got this little contract you've written for yourself. I'm going to go back. This is something I didn't quite achieve in relationships. Please put this person into my life to poke me. I know it'd be painful, but I want to meet them. That's how they see you. It's like something that they need to work their way through, something that may be mentally quite hard for them to take, but it's needed in their development, which is probably how I see Chiron. And, you know, those Chiron transits that we all have, or progressions, there are times in our life when we just, it's like something from childhood comes back to bite, you know, that little sort of hidden something that you thought nobody would mention. I can just shove that inside myself. I know it doesn't work very well, but I'll just hide it, and then somebody will bring it out. And I feel that you are doing that to them. I don't quite know what as yet. You've got the Hierophant card in the middle, which to me adds to that feeling of Chiron, because the Hierophant card is normally the key, isn't it? It's the key to possibly understanding, because I always think with the Hierophant card, it's got a lot to do with understanding of the scriptures and passing them along, but it's still the middleman. Chiron is the middleman in between Uranus and Saturn, in between spirit and earth. So you are this person's middleman is what I've got in my head so far. You've got here, what I guess again, the Hierophant card is doubled up twice. So once again, it's given me that feeling. But you've got here the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. It's almost like how you make them feel has got an element of what I guess is strong physical attraction. That sort of, if you give somebody who is that the King of Wands character, you know, Aries, Sagittarius, maybe a touch of Leo in there. What do they look for in life? They look for life to burn, to feel excited, to feel like they are the hero. And if you give them like an Ace of Wands scenario situation, it has something to do with excitement or physical attraction. So at the moment, that's how they perceive you. That's how you make them feel. But there's an underlying story in here to do with healing. That's what I've got. I haven't finished yet. To be honest, I've looked, but I tend to go through them bit by bit. You've got the Five of Swords down here. So underneath that feeling, the Five of Swords will be a feeling of perhaps competition with this sort of fiery feeling here. Maybe if they have got fire in them, if there is somebody on the sidelines or you've got a partner or they're picking up that you're not solely into them, people with fire in them will react quite strongly to that. In one way, it's almost like they wind themselves up a bit to make sure that they come out on top. I have seen people in love relationships with strong fire inside them. Once they feel that there's a little bit of competition or they feel that something's restricting them, it is, and I always say these words because somebody who's quite fiery said to me, game on. And I was watching, he was boss, and I was watching him, and there was some antagonism in a situation. And most bosses would walk off and think about it and do something quietly. It's like, game on. I thought, oh my gosh, that's great. But that is what I'm picking up. This person is frustrated, excited, and enjoying the rub. Yeah, okay. You've got the Eight of Swords down here, but oh my gosh, okay. It is like game on, but as I said earlier, did I use the word frustration? Because I should have done. With Eight of Swords down here, it's almost like there's only so much they can do. It's like their mind is trying to look through a way forward, but they can't actually move like they would like to move, like Hercules or Jason the Argonauts, that type of heroic character. You know, that makes a stand in life, and it's like, I'm stuck. There's a feeling here of being stuck, and hence in that being stuck moment, a lot of the times connections can be other people's journeys. This is a bit like a combination between one and two, to be honest. A lot of these cards seem to be repeated. I have shuffled and I always pick them from the middle of the pile. So their emotional reaction to you is the top row here. You've got the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, the Six of Swords. That basically is saying possibly in the way that it's processed or the way that the situation has developed, attraction, thinking that there is something in this, that you are the key to some way that they don't even recognise really to move forward, but it's something moving inside them. And the Six of Swords down here is the journey's quite difficult. So frustration possibly at the moment, a real sense of wanting to move because it feels right, and incredibly strong physical attraction towards you. You've got here how they perceive the connection externally. Maybe a traditional situation with the Hierophant card there. Maybe you are, I don't know, maybe you share something quite Hierophanty. There's no such word as there's Hierophanty. Although we did have a programme on TV when we were kids called Telephant, but it was Welsh. You don't want to know what's going on there. The Hierophant card is you may actually have a connection, as I said, that's Hierophanty. So to me, that would mean you could share the same church group. You could perhaps study together with the Hierophant card. You could share the same business. You could work in the same almost 12th house business, like the NHS or a big company type of feeling here with the Hierophant. You could just have the same outlook into life that has got more of a philosophical view. Yeah, or maybe the same culture, you know, where the backdrop feels comfortable. You know, when you go abroad and then you meet somebody or some people that feel like they are similar to the way that you've been brought up. Oftentimes when I go abroad, people from the Netherlands and the Germans, they just feel very similar. I don't know what it is. And I'm not going to go into that, but there's just a different feeling from different people, which I know is stereotyping, so we keep it all to ourselves. But people just have been brought up differently, the way they react, how much they give initially. There are obviously, not everybody's the same, but you try, and I suppose it is a bit wrong thing to do, but you do that all the time when you're looking at astrology and tarot. You formulate big concepts into small points. Which I suppose is not really good, is it? But fascinating. Anyway, on that point here, what is this? Because I'm thinking everything's got some sort of significance. Why would they give a knapsack to the Fool like that? I don't know. I thought that as I was putting that out and kept it to myself. Right, so let's go on. Let's have a look at... let's move forward with this here. How they perceive externally is a challenge with a connection, and here you've got a journey with a challenge that they're enjoying. This is, to me, when I looked at this initially, I'm just putting these two together, it's excitement about somebody they see as long-term potential. You know, when you do connect with somebody that has that background, you think, okay, we could keep in touch for a long time. In a romantic scenario, it's more like you could be my long-term partner. Is probably how they see this, but it's not easy to get to you. I suppose all three piles have been similar. You've got here, again, the Six of Cups down here. To have the Fool, the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, that's like nostalgia and comfort and security, materialism, and the excitement of thinking about that or feeling that. It's like, I found you, you're fresh, I'm going to do a grease line here, you're the one that I want. No, I'm not going to sing the bit at the end, but the journey's not easy. It's probably what I'm picking up here. This person, I feel, is enjoying the fact that it isn't easy. I feel your person's easily bored. And I feel that you excite this person. It's like excitement and comfort almost like on top of each other here. This person's in, I guess, with these cards here, is in the game for the long term. They see you as somebody that you may exchange, like Venus and the Sun, or Venus and the Moon in the same sign. You may have Moon and Sun exchanging, or Ascendant and Moon. There's something there that feels like you are the one. Okay, so let's keep looking up here. The development of their feelings. The Death card at the beginning, to have the attraction there and the connection there possibly, but with a journey, which we've got here. To have the Death card here, to me, feels like a game changer. If this person likes a challenge and they get the Death card, it's like, okay, my life before may not be the same after I've had my journey with this person. You've got here sharing. Both of these cards have got a sharing quality. What this feels like to me is this person isn't shy. It feels like, because of this sort of competitive spirit, this fiery spirit, this need to get life moving is going to come before how they perceive themselves, or how they... And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like they're not full of social anxiety. They're more interested in getting life moving. Yeah, not a clumsy way to put that. But with these cards here is making me think over here that this person is able to talk to you. They're in contact with you probably. They share themselves in a way that feels very expressive to you. You feel a real warmth from this person. You definitely feel a strong physical attraction. You feel that they would like to do more but haven't. You've got the Devil card in the centre, and to have that with this passionate feeling over here is an incredibly strong underlying physical pull in this. And I feel that you both enjoy that, to be honest. You've got the Two of Swords here. And what is that? It's really difficult to read the writing. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a funny one in love relationships. Again, it makes me feel this here. It's like long term. You've got to go, it's a start. It's a practical start. It's real. It's there. And it can go all the way to the 10, which you've got here. So to me, again, it sort of compacts that feeling that it's the beginning, the alpha and the omega. We've just started this. I can wait this out as long as I feel like I'm winning. If you don't pay me attention with this feeling here, or if you don't pay this person attention, I feel that is they're more likely to disappear. But as long as there is that tension there, that physical attraction, this person's feeding on it and enjoying it. Not quite knowing what to do next, but knowing that they've got the time and the effort, that this person doesn't give up easily. They've got the time and the effort to make this into something real. Again, this makes me just feel like this. It's really funny, isn't it? Because some people, when they're attracted, they tend to pull off a bit to see and not to get hurt, or they're just maybe more introverted. Because of the fire here and the sharing here, I feel that your person's very open. I feel your person has a lot of people around them that can speak to them easily. Lots of friends, lots of contact. And there's something, maybe, you may have fire inside you too with this sort of connection here. But it's not easy. Again, there's something here that makes it difficult to take the next step. But to me, you are the one. With these cards here, what is this person looking for? Excitement is here, but it's actually paired up with these two cards here, or tripled up with these two cards here, of what I guess is connection that has meaning, that can go further. It's not just basic. This to me could be a one-night stand. The Hierophant, not so much, although Taurus can be quite lusty. But this to me is, with this sort of Cancerian and this Pentacle feeling here, it's somebody that wants you there long term and is reveling in the excitement, even though the journey is difficult. You're on this person's mind a lot with the Devil card there, I would guess. As again, it connects with these ones of not wanting to let you go. So what we've got here is, how do you make them feel? You make them feel all and everything. There's excitement, there's a feeling of wanting to win, there's a feeling of connection that feels as if you've known each other for a long time, you're easy to talk to. This person finds themselves happy when they're speaking to you, able to express themselves in a way that feels comfortable to them, realising that there's a journey ahead, but almost being stimulated by that journey because they feel your long-term potential. They're not going to let go easily. I would guess from the feeling here at the beginning that, because you have got a beginning here and here, that the way to shrug this person off will be to not pay them attention, because they are feeding on the fire in this connection, the physical attraction, the excitement, the stimulation, the beginning, the start. And all fire people are incredibly good at starting things. This person wants to keep it connected, but I would guess here with these cards that you need to let them be seen if you want to keep this alive. Contact, play, text, and share yourself with this person. So to summarise here, how do you make them feel excited? I guess physical attraction, strong pull, wanting more from you, seeing it as a challenge, and you're on their mind a lot. It's quite obsessive feeling here, in a good way, not in a sort of stalker way. It's more in like, what are we going to do next? How can we play next type feeling? How can I get more of this person? How can I see more of this person? How can I get close to them physically without doubting here? And with the Chiron feeling, which I mentioned at the beginning, did I mention that? I don't know. Seems ages ago now. I don't know. Let me just put one more card down before I go. If I was right in the first place. I would guess is how to persevere when the way forward isn't clear. And that's a poem. Passion, a journey, and not knowing what to do, because you've got the Two of Swords here ending at the end too, or being at the end here. So there will be periods in this where they feel blocked, and can they get the prize once they're still going over the hurdles and it's gone on a long time. Okay, so that's what I've got there. You make this person feel like they are on supermarket sweep. No, I'm just joking. Basically, it's just a competition, but not in a bad way. It's more like competing with themselves through attraction. Okay, right, I'm going to leave you there. If you like the readings, please check out the website. On Sunday nights, I don't reveal. so you don't reveal myself. On Sunday nights, I put new readings out. There's only a few that I can get out because I can only get a handful done in the week. It's quite a few though, anyway. Thank you, bye.